Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Joining us now is our in-house analyst, Victoria Peppel, with stories trending around the world. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning.
Hi, Victoria. How are you?
It's been a good morning, right?
Yes.
You look beautiful today.
Thank you. You too, Oji. Always stunning. All right, now to the stories. Theresa May in Africa. Theresa May is preparing to visit Africa for the first time since becoming Prime Minister in 2016. Mrs. May will fly to South Africa on Tuesday before traveling to Nigeria and Kenya on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively, as part of a trade mission aimed at boosting post-Brexit fortunes. She added the UK wanted to deepen and strengthen its global partnerships as it is prepared to leave the EU in 2019. Security issues will also feature on her agenda, and she's expected to discuss the threat of Boko Haram in Nigeria and the role of British troops based in Kenya who are helping countries fight al-Shabaab militants in Somalia. She has her hands full.
Great news.
Yeah, it's a welcome development. I mean, someone described Africa as the last frontier.
Yes.
And it's good that trade, you know, it's top of the agenda. Security is also a major issue that she's going to look at. And these are issues that are of mutual interest to both, you know, African countries, particularly the countries she's visiting, and the United Kingdom. I said Africa as the last frontier in the light of the renewed interest in Africa. Everybody is coming to Africa. China is focusing on Africa. And, you know, Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany, you know, is also visiting Africa. She's visiting Senegal, Ghana, and she will be in Nigeria, I think, on August 31st. She'll go to Senegal first, then meet with President Akufo-Addo in Ghana, and also meet with President Buhari. What is important, of course, is, you know, what these African countries, what they take out of these bilateral meetings, these presidential visits. One of the things I've seen, particularly here in Nigeria, is that we don't do enough follow-ups, okay? And the follow-up is always very important.
You know, Africa is now the corset bride, so we have people offering us chances, but there's always that talk about balancing trade. Obviously, the UK needs us right now. England needs us right now because of the Brexit that's happening next year. So they're coming to solidify relations with us as regards trade. I know that at some point in February, they'll talk about Naira being added to their trading currencies in Britain. So it's about trying to get some kind of partnership with us. And we must always remember, you talked about follow-up, I would also say balance in trade. While they're getting so much, we must be getting something commensurate to what they're getting as well.
Yeah, but that's up to your strategies in Africa here to take full advantage of it and ensure that you build the local capacity and that Africa does not remain at the level of those producer of primary resource, you know, that are exported. You should also be able to create a value chain locally that can create opportunities and employment for your own people.
Okay, so President Trump is meeting with the Kenyan president?
Yes, President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to be meeting President Donald Trump to drum up support for increased American investment, trade and partnership with Kenya. The meeting at the White House will be the first by President Kenyatta on a bilateral level. It is only the second formal meeting for an African leader at the White House and points to Kenya's increasingly significant role in security in the region, one of President Trump's obvious focus areas. You know, it's like Trump is trying to rival China and all of that. So wherever he sees that Asia is having a stronghold in the country as regards infrastructure, President Trump tries to move in and secure American infrastructure and investment in that country.
Yeah, but this relationship, you know, should be governed by mutual respect.
Yes.
You will recall the problem, you know, the United States trying to intimidate some of the countries in Central and East Africa and using AGOA, the African Growth Opportunities Act, and the opportunities available there to intimidate some of those countries, with Rwanda putting its feet down. You know, so it's okay. You know, it's always good to engage in this, you know, meetings, bilateral relations, but it should be done at the level of mutual interest, not that of the superpower dictating what is considered an inferior power.
Let's also look at the place of Kenya in all of this. Kenya has been fighting corruption with Uhuru Kenyatta as president and has kind of like positioned itself in East Africa. So it's like the go-to country in East Africa. And because of that, it seems to be a preferred destination for most of these developed countries when it comes to securing investment and trying to build strong
I don't know how much
partnerships.
President Kenyatta is going to fight corruption. I don't know if you have read the book,
Yes.
It Is Our Turn to Eat by Michelle Arong. You know, which talks about how corruption is so heavily institutionalized in Kenya.
So you don't
But
think that
anyway,
he's doing
But it just
the effort is noteworthy.
Exactly.
And I
about
know that Trump
200
is also on fire right now
Yeah.
with the tweet that he sent out for the condolence on Mccain's.
Oh, yes, and that's
what
our
happened
next
with that?
story. So the U.S. President Donald Trump has come under fire for a recent condolence tweet to the family of late Senator John McCain. The 81-year-old war veteran who was captured by the North Vietnamese passed on Saturday night after battling with brain cancer. Following the announcement of his death, condolence messages have been pouring out from nations. People from all walks of life, including former U.S. Presidents Barack Obama, George Bush, and Bill Clinton, and President Trump, among others. Mr. Trump and Mr. McCain, though of the same Republican Party, disagreed on a lot of issues when the senator was alive. The president also attacked Mr. McCain's war record, saying he preferred war heroes who were not captured by opponents. After Mr. McCain's death, however, the president offered his condolence. The message immediately sparked off a wide range of debate on his timeline, most of which were somewhat derogatory.
Well,
Okay, I think
President
Trump
Trump has been accused of hypocrisy.
Yes.
You recall that his famous statement about Senator John McCain, when he said, well, you know, John McCain became a hero because he was a prisoner of war.
Yes.
You know.
There's absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, and that he doesn't respect people, you know, who became prisoners. You know, he respects people who fought and came home. You know.
Well,
So-
I just think that he should stop tweeting. Donald Trump should just let go of the tweet for a little bit now. It's getting
hasn't
out of
even
hand.
asked
Well, it's
I
not,
think
it's not the
it's
tweeting that is the problem.
Well,
it is what he says.
And it's not
It's the
processed.
unpresidential nature of his remarks.
Well, thank
If you
you so
look at-
much, Victoria,
All right,
for
we
this
have-
segment.
All right, all right.
It was a pleasure joining you. Well, that brings us to the end of the morning show today. Thank you for watching. From our entire team here in Lagos, enjoy the rest of your morning and, of course, the rest of your day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.